Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel, The Glammed Rebel. I hope everyone's having a good day. Please like, comment, and subscribe for daily updates. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers Tuesday, August 12th. Liam's tough request for Bill. Sheila and Lee's promise to Luna. The Bold and the Beautiful. Tuesday, August 12th. Bonds forged in fire. Promises made in the shadows. The sun rose over Los Angeles with a deceptive calm, its golden glow spilling over the sprawling mansions, glittering pools and ocean view terraces of the elite. But inside the walls of the Spencer mansion, the air was anything but serene. Bill Spencer had just been delivered a truth so explosive it shook even him. And Bill Spencer wasn't a man who rattled easily. Grace Buckingham's brain tumor scam had detonated like a grenade in the middle of his family's life, and the fallout was personal. This wasn't just about fraud. It wasn't just about deceit. It was about someone toying with the lives, emotions, and trust of the people Bill loved most, namely his son, Liam. Bill's fury meets Liam's plea. The tension in the Spencer living room was palpable. Bill's jaw was tight, his voice clipped, and his posture that of a man ready to wage war. He paced like a caged tiger, replaying every detail Liam and Hope had shared with him about Grace's deception. She made you think you were dying, Liam. Dying. Bill's voice cut through the air like a blade. She made all of us believe it. And for what? A twisted con job. Liam, still emotionally raw from the ordeal, didn't flinch, but his eyes told the story. He'd been through weeks of fear, had stared mortality in the face, and now he wasn't sure he could stomach more destruction, even in the name of justice. Dad, Liam began carefully, I know you want payback. I know you want her to pay, and she should, but she's already turned herself in. Let the cops handle it. It wasn't easy for Liam to ask his father, a man who believed in striking first and asking questions later, to stand down. But this was different. Liam wasn't just trying to protect Grace's rights. He was trying to protect Bill from himself. Don't throw your life away over her, Liam continued. You go after Grace and you risk prison. You risk losing everything. Bill's eyes narrowed. He wasn't accustomed to being told to not take action. But there was something in Liam's voice, something calm, centered, and almost grateful that made him pause. A father-son turning point. What neither of them said out loud, though both felt it, was that this mess had, in a strange way, brought them closer. Liam's fake diagnosis had peeled away years of emotional distance. Walls that had been built up over misunderstandings, betrayals, and clashing personalities had crumbled under the weight of the fear they might lose each other. Bill took a deep breath, the tension in his shoulders easing slightly. You're right, he admitted reluctantly. I'm not going to risk being taken away from you, not now. It was a small concession, but for Bill it was monumental. This was a man whose instinct was to strike hard and without hesitation. The fact that he was listening to his son now was proof of the bond that had been reforged in the fire of recent weeks. As the conversation shifted from vengeance to gratitude, the mood softened. Bill reached over, clapping Liam on the shoulder. You're still here, Bill said, his voice gruff but filled with emotion. That's all that matters to me. For Liam, it was a moment of validation, of being seen and valued by his father, not for his accomplishments or choices, but simply for who he was. The two shared a rare moment of quiet understanding, their mutual love unspoken but undeniable. Katie counts her blessings. Across town, Katie Logan had her own list of blessings to count. When she first heard about Liam's supposed tumor, she had feared the ripple effect it would have on the family, especially on Will. Now, with the truth out and Liam very much alive, Katie felt an immense wave of relief. Sitting in her cozy yet elegant living room, she thought of her son, Will, and the joy he'd found in his relationship with Electra Forrester. Life in the Forrester-Logan Spencer orbit was rarely without drama, but in this moment, Katie allowed herself to savor the peace. Sometimes, she mused to herself, you have to stop looking for the next storm and just enjoy the sunshine. It wasn't lost on Katie that these moments were fleeting. But she was determined to hold onto the gratitude for Liam's survival, for Will's happiness, for a family that, despite its constant turmoil, had a deep core of love. Luna's awakening. Meanwhile, at the hospital, the rhythmic beeping of machines provided a steady backdrop to a miracle in progress. Luna Nozawa was awake. The world came back to her in fragments. The soft hum of medical equipment, the muted scent of antiseptic, and then the blurry outlines of two familiar faces leaning over her. Lee Finnegan's eyes were sharp with concern, while Sheila Carter, yes, Sheila Carter, had an expression somewhere between relief and cautious hope. Luna blinked slowly, her voice a faint whisper. "Where am I?" "You're safe," Lee reassured her, brushing a strand of hair from Luna's face. "You've been in a coma, but you're awake now. That's all that matters." Sheila's presence was unexpected, but she didn't shy away from the moment. "You're not alone, Luna. Not now, not ever." Luna's brow furrowed, memories hazy. She had questions, so many questions, but the weight of exhaustion kept her from asking them all at once. Promises in the shadows. It was then that Lee and Sheila exchanged a glance. Their history was complicated, tangled in years of betrayal, mistrust, and outright hostility. But right now, they were united by a shared purpose, Luna's well-being. "Luna," Lee said, her tone firm yet gentle. "We're going to be with you every step of the way. Whatever you need, whatever it takes, we'll make sure you get through this." Sheila nodded, her voice unusually soft. "You have my word. I'll protect you. For Luna." Hearing such a promise from these two women was both comforting and bewildering. She knew enough about their pasts to understand that neither gave their word lightly. The fact that they were both committing to her, together, meant something significant. Speculation, the road ahead. If there's one thing the bold and the beautiful fans know, it's that a promise is rarely without strings attached. What does this alliance between Lee and Sheila mean for Luna's future? For Lee, the commitment is clear, family above all. She may not approve of Sheila's methods, but she recognizes that Sheila has a fierce loyalty when she chooses to give it. For Sheila, the motivation could be layered. Protecting Luna might also mean positioning herself more firmly in Finn's good graces. If she can be the savior rather than the source of chaos, it could be her chance to rewrite her story, or at least change how others perceive her. Luna, meanwhile, will have to navigate the complex emotional terrain of recovery while surrounded by powerful personalities with their own agendas. Will she be able to trust both women equally? Or will she find herself caught in the middle of yet another dangerous game? Liam's emotional reset. Back at the Spencer mansion, Liam's focus was already shifting from revenge to renewal. He had stared down what he thought was the end, and now he wanted to make the most of the time he had. The conversation with Bill had planted a seed. That life was too short for grudges and too unpredictable to waste on anger. If the tumor scare had taught him anything, it was that relationships were fragile, and the moments of connection far outweighed the satisfaction of retaliation. Bill, for his part, wasn't completely letting go of his anger toward Grace. But for now, he was channeling it into gratitude for his son's life and health. It was a rare moment of maturity for the patriarch, one that could, if nurtured, shift the dynamic between father and son for good. Final thoughts and analysis. This episode of The Bold and the Beautiful feels like a thematic reset, a chance for several characters to reevaluate their priorities in the aftermath of chaos. For Liam and Bill, it's a story of repairing a bond that's been strained for years. The tumor hoax, while cruel, acted as a catalyst for a deeper emotional connection. Whether this lasts depends on their ability to keep the lines of communication open. For Katie, it's a moment of reflection and gratitude. She's wise enough to know that peace never lasts long in this world, but she's also wise enough to cherish it while it's here. For Luna, it's the beginning of a recovery journey with two unlikely allies. The Lee-Sheila alliance is a powder keg waiting for a spark, but for now, Luna's healing is the focus. The question hanging over all of this is, What comes next? Will Bill truly stay out of the legal side of Grace's downfall? Will Sheila's promise to Luna hold? Or will old habits return? And perhaps most intriguingly, will this new sense of unity survive the next inevitable wave of drama that sweeps through Los Angeles? You are welcome to share any video requests in the comments. I will make a video about it. Stay connected with the Glammed Rebel for all the latest updates, spoilers, and deep dive recaps. See you in the next video. Please stay safe and healthy. I hope God keeps you safe. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell button for daily updates.